This is page 331, number 8, and we're given 2 points, which I plotted here, A, 5, comma 3, and O, for the origin, 0, 0. And we're asked to find new points. In the problems, they're all listed as B, but I've changed them to B, C, D, E, F, and G, just so I can do them on the same graph and we can identify which point we're talking about. So part A, we're asked to find B, so that the slope of the line through points A and B is equal to 3. So remember that slope is equal to rise over run. So if we go to A and we go up 3 into the right 1, we can put B right there, and the coordinates of B would then be 6, comma 6. And then the slope would be 3 over 1, which is equal to 3. For C, we want the slope of the line through AC to be equal to negative 3. So if we put it right here, which would be at the coordinates 4, comma 6, the slope of that line would be negative 3, because our rise would be negative 3, and our run would be 1, and negative 3 over 1 is equal to negative 3. In part C, we want to put the point D so that the slope of the line between A and D is negative 1/3. If we put D over here, and now D would be at the point 8, comma 2. Our slope would be negative 1/3 because our rise is negative 1 and our run is 3 for this line right here. For E, we want our slope to be 0 through A and E, so we can put it anywhere with the same y coordinate. So here I put it at 1, comma 3. And now our line through those 2 points would have a rise of 0, and in this case a run of 4, but 0 over anything. In this case 4 is equal to 0, so the slope of that line would be 0. For point F, we want to make sure that the slope between A and F is the same as the slope between O and F. So we could put that point maybe 3 down from the origin and 5 to the left. So we basically want it on a line with O and A. And that way the slope between O and F, which would be 3 over 5, is going to be equal to the slope between A and F, which would be 6 over 10, and 3/5 is equal to 6/10. So this was 6/10, and this was 3/5. But if we multiply 3/5 by 2 over 2, so that we change the units, we can see that those two slopes are the same, 6 over 10. And then the last one, we want to find point G, so that the slope between A and G is 3/4, but we also want to satisfy that the distance between A and B is 5. So for the slope to be 3/4, why don't we come over here and put G here at the point 1, comma 0. And you can see then that we would have a rise of 3 and then a run of 4, so that our slope is in fact 3/4. And now let's find the distance, and then we can see if we need to adjust where our point G is. So to find the distance between A and G, which is the length of the green line segment here, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find that. So this length we can call d, and we know that 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to d squared. Right, we know we have a right triangle because the length that's 3 is a vertical line, the length that's 4 is a horizontal line, and they meet at a right angle. So 3 squared is 9, plus 4 squared is 16, is equal to d squared. 25 is equal to d squared. D is equal to plus or minus 5. There's two values that when we square we get 25, but then we throw out our negative 5 because our distance cannot be negative in this case, and so we have that our distance is 5, which is exactly what we wanted.